Hi everyone, I hope you're having a wonderful day. My pearl of wisdom today is from the book Living Amuna, and the title today is Hashem Pays Back, God Pays Back. So God puts many tests in our path, and each one is an opportunity for us to grow. When we overcome our natural inclinations and make the right decisions, we are the beneficiaries of these tests. So I'm going to share with you two stories. One was there were two girls getting married the same day, Yehudit and Aviva, in Israel. And Yehudit went to this hall and booked the hall. Now this is a building that has two halls, and they're subsidized for people that don't have as much money to go to the main big halls. So she went and booked the larger hall for her wedding. And then a day later, Aviva went to book the hall and found that the big hall was taken, so she booked the smaller hall, but she really wanted the bigger hall. So she got her number, and she called this Yehudit and said, listen, would you mind switching with me? I have a lot of guests, and we can switch, and you can have the small hall, and I can have the big hall. And Yehudit said, I'm sorry, I also have a lot of guests, and thank you. So they parted ways, and then a few days later, it bothered Yehudit that she said no. So she decided to call Aviva and give her the other hall. So she phoned Aviva and told her that she thought about it, and she decided that she'd be happy to do a chesed, a kindness, and give up on what she wanted to make someone else, happy. Aviva was ecstatic, and Yehudit was okay with her decision. The day of the wedding came. Aviva was super excited. She's getting married, and Yehudit felt at peace that she had done the right thing. Meanwhile, that same day, the head of this organization that has the two halls received a phone call from somebody, a man, saying that his daughter was getting married that night, and to thank God, he wanted to pay for a poor bride's wedding in Israel, and so he called him. So this man who owns the two halls said there's a large hall and a small hall, two weddings happening tonight. Which one would you want to pay for? So he says, I want to pay for the small hall. So this Yehudit saw very quickly how she was a beneficiary of doing something kind for somebody else. She had her entire wedding paid for that night, and she was very grateful. And another story was this man was supposed to go to Las Vegas for a trade show, and he always made like a lot of money, X amount of dollars he would make on a trade show. This year he spent a lot of money, thousands of dollars, on billboards and on radio advertising. And a few days before he was supposed to leave, his rabbi called him and told him not to go for certain reasons. And this man really wanted to go, and he really tossed and turned for several days, and he says, I'm going to do it. Fine. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to listen, and I know God will take care of me. So he didn't go. Meanwhile, a week later, he got a phone call from this woman saying that she's doing a television interview show, and she wanted to, interview him and use him as the subject of this interview show, a show that she was putting together, him as a vendor. So within 2 weeks, she came and they interviewed and they did all the shooting and everything was ready. And he looked at her and he says, I want to ask you something. Why me? And she said to him, listen, I'm Jewish, but I'm not observant. And my mother taught me from a young age what the word bashert means. Bashert means meant to be. When I hung up the phone from calling you in Las Vegas, I heard your advertisement on the radio. Then I got off the highway trying to find the convention center, and I made a wrong turn, and there was your billboard. So I got off and got back on, but by mistake I got on again the same highway exit, and again I saw your billboard, and I said, this means God's trying to tell me something, and that's why I called you. So here was another person who benefited. He was a beneficiary of doing listening, doing the right thing, and God rewarded him. So just know that when you do a kindness for someone, even though sometimes it might feel like a huge loss, or some damage is happening, just know that's also part of the test. We are going to all be rewarded for everything we do that's kind to others. So never stop being kind. God bless. Have a great day.